This one's about Pete Kelly. It's about the world he goes around in. It's about the big music and the big trouble and the big 20s. So when they ask you, tell them this one's about the blues. Pete Kelly's Blues.
Pete Kelly's Blues, starring Jack Webb, with story by Jim Moser and music by Dick Cathcart.
Number 417 Cherry Street is a standard speakeasy. The help is paid in cash and the books are burned at the end of the month. Every week we use 30 cases of booze and a pound of coffee. After salaries, there's gas and lights and a payoff to the Prohibition boys. In Kansas City, the price is good. For $100, they steer in the drunks and make one raid a year. The place is run by George Lupo. He's a quiet little guy who wouldn't give you the sweat off an ice pitcher. The beer's green, and the gin's as young as yesterday, and the music's loud. I'm Pete Kelly. I play cornet. We start every night about 10 o'clock, and we play till they sweep out the broken glass. Oh, we don't draw any customers. We don't chase any away. The music is straight New Orleans. It started in the front parlors of Storyville and drifted north. Some of it laid over in Chicago. That's where I got on and rode it out here with a piano player named Augie. He's still with the band, but last night he was barely with it. We took a break about 11. Augie was late getting back. He might as well have stayed in there because he kept looking around the room, and the way the piano sounded, you'd think he had on a catcher's mitt. All right, that'll do it. Let's get off for a while, huh?
Sorry, Pete. I'm running a little behind tonight.
You haven't left the station. What's the matter?
I'm nervous. Take a look around. Near the door, back this way. The place is full of cops.
Well, forget it. Have Jake open a couple of windows. And take a walk. Get yourself in shape.
Not until I find out which way to fall. These boys are here for heavy duty. I learned that out in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, let's duck behind the stand. Come on. All right, what about it?
You know Dutch Courtney?
I drink his beer, that's all.
Well, somebody shot Courtney up tonight out near Highway 40.
Well, that's too bad. He'd have drawn a good crowd downtown. Who killed him?
I don't know. But whoever he is, he's in for a big night. The police are trying for him, so is his partner.
Now, let him play. How does our place fit into it?
I couldn't guess. We'll soon find out. See the big guy just walked in the door?
Yeah, Prohibition agent?
Almost. It's Eddie Newman, Dutch Courtney's partner.
Come on, we better get back on the stand.
Kelly.
Yeah?
My name's Newman. Come outside.
No, we're due to play.
I'll hear you later. Come on. You hear about Dutch Courtney? They picked him out of the mud tonight.
Well, it means nothing to me.
It does to me. Dutch was a friend.
Well, if it'll help, cry.
Now, I'm short on time, Kelly. Give me a rundown on Gus Trudeau.
There's nothing to say. He played for a while and went to the boneyard.
You know him. You know his sister.
You'll have to ask Courtney about that. I haven't seen her since the old days.
You know Gus well enough to figure he didn't like Dutch Courtney. He didn't like him 1 pound.
Well, you can't blame him. Dutch sidestepped and paid Trudeau's way to jail.
Bookkeeping. I don't know anything about it.
All right, now look, Newman, you're on the wrong track. This is a job killing. Your boy got frisky and somebody sent down a Chicago gun. The price tag shows.
Sorry. Trudeau's my pick.
What'd he hit him with? A high-powered rifle? Gus Trudeau's away up in Leavenworth.
He used to be. Gus went over the wall this morning. When he shows up, I want him.
Well, why pick me?
I've asked around. He'll head for you. He's broke. He'll need train fare.
No, not if he killed Dutch Courtney. Somebody'll give him a railroad. When they dragged the blues out of the back room and moved them up front, there were 3 of the best leading the parade. And they were all blowing cornets. One was Buddy Bolden, one was King Oliver, and the other was Gus Trudeau. Oh, he was a lot of music, but not much man. He picked me up on a union date on the south side of Chicago and taught me how to play. He got into me for a Boston 3-star cornet and gin for the rest of his life. When he got down to running errands for Dutch Courtney, I left for Kansas City. A couple of months later, Courtney needed a patsy, and Trudeau was it. He wound up with a 5-year stand at Leavenworth. But Gus never felt right unless he was in trouble. Only this time, he cut me in for a piece, too. Well, I picked up a drink at the bar and fought my way back to the stand.
Anything wrong?
No. Did you finish the set?
One more to go. Roses of Picardy.
All right, let's do it.
What's wrong, Pete?
A friend of ours killed Dutch Courtney. All right, Picardy. Let's get off for a while, huh?
Petey, who did you say killed Dutch Courtney?
Gus Trudeau.
With what? Prayer? Trudeau's in jail.
No, not since this morning.
Well, which one of you is Kelly?
I am.
A friend of yours in town wants to see you right away.
Well, who is it?
He's waiting up at your room.
Yeah, well, did he give a name?
Just Gus.
An hour later, I was still looking for an out. It was a little after 2 a.m. Our base man, Red, loaned me his car keys, and I slipped out. I got down to 12th Street, picked up his Erskine coupe, and headed up for my room. All the way out Grand Avenue, the street lights were spending the rest of New Year's alone. Some guys with wide brooms were pushing at the confetti, and the fog was loafing down in Washington Square. When I got up to my place, I parked the car in back and headed up the stairs. The college kids down at the end of the hall had their door open. The party sounded young. I was looking for Gus when I opened the door, but he had a substitute. I knew her away back at 18th and Halstead. She was pretty and the fastest freight in town. That must have been a long time ago, because somewhere along the line she'd run into a batch of Wednesday weekends. She wasn't pretty anymore.
Hello, Pete.
Where's your brother?
I don't know where Gus is. That's why I'm here. I knew you'd be the first one he'd come to.
Yeah. Now, what about the break?
Well, I was up to see him 2 weeks ago. He didn't say anything about it. Pete, we gotta help him.
I've been hearing that since I met him.
You're the only one who remembers, Pete. You're the only one who cares.
Yeah, well, a lot of people care now. Eddie Newman wants him. The cops are looking hard.
I gotta find him before they do. You gotta help Pete.
He was supposed to meet me. That's all I know. I'll wait for
He
him.
needs a hand. Pete, he's in deep.
Yeah, well, he's always in deep. Now, you do what you want, Madge. I run front for Gus too long. I'm out of the habit now.
Please?
If Gus wants cover, he can look for a police station.
Gus can get away. Some money in a car, that's all he needs.
It's going to take more than that to get out. Every cop in town's working tonight.
Give him a chance, Pete. Help him.
No, no thanks.
Gus has been good to you. Pete, he taught you music. He's been nothing but good to you.
I'm paid up. I bought his gin for 5 years.
I then do it for me. For what I used to be worth.
No, it's old. That was 80 years ago. I can't help Gus.
Do it for me. I haven't changed that much.
I have.
You're still the same.
You've been working at it.
And you remember.
Yeah.
It's the same, Petey. Just like the first time.
You never had a first time. How about a drink?
Will you help me, Pete, find Gus, get him out of town?
All right. $10. It's as far as I go. $10 and a quarter. Now I'm getting off.
Where you going?
Back to work. Tell Gus to take care of himself.
Hold it right there, Pete.
Oh, you stayed too long in Chicago, Madge.
How about the gun in Kansas City? Don't go for the door.
You better give it to Gus. He may need it.
We're gonna find him. You're gonna help me.
All right, come on. Give me the gun, Madge.
If I shoot, it'll hurt.
Come on, put it away. Come on, drop it, Madge.
Who is she?
We'll trade. Who are you?
Cage, Treasury Department. Who you got on your floor?
Madge Trudeau.
Tell me about her.
I knew her in Chicago. After that, I heard she did favors for Dutch Courtney. After that, I don't know.
She tired? What's she doing here?
Looking for Gus Trudeau.
Where is Gus?
I don't know. Now, I've been asked that twice tonight. This is the third time I don't know.
You probably will.
Why? Why do I have to get into this?
Because you're Gus Trudeau's friend.
Well, then let's get him another one. I'm tired of the job.
I don't blame you, fella. You'll come out of this with a lot of trouble.
For instance.
I'll make it simple. If Gus Trudeau shows and you turn him over to Newman, we'll send you up as accessory to murder.
Yeah.
If he shows and you turn him over to us, Newman will probably kill you.
Oh, that's good. In the meantime, what do you guys do for a living?
We're busy. We couldn't prove Newman killed you. It's after 2. Get back to that club.
And leave you here?
I got work to do.
Like what?
This woman. I'll see if I can get anything out of her.
Yeah, well, it's been done before, but I'll bet 10 to 1 in your case.
Go on back. I'll tidy up here.
Good night, Cage. Leave the rugs. Well, I left Cage standing in the middle of the room looking down at Madge Trudeau. He didn't watch me leave, but I figured it wouldn't be too long before he'd turn that gleam back on me. I went back to 417 and ran into our piano man, Augie, outside in the alley, trying to steal some clean air.
Happy holidays, Petey. How's Gus?
I didn't see him.
Odd hour of the morning, Petey.
Yeah, it's early.
Before the general public sits down to breakfast, you may get a reward, the eternal kind.
Oh, come on. What is it?
Petey, I got it all figured out for the two of us. Today we'll spend our time dodging destinies. We'll hit for some small back room. I'll bring the bottled goods. We'll live on gin and sauerkraut and make the walls sit up and listen. One horn and one piano. The blues, Petey, we'll ride 'em into the middle of next year.
All right, save it. Will you just set me straight, huh?
Right now. Across the river, there's 2 places. High Life Club or Fat Annie's.
You sure he's there?
That's what the word is. I'll pass a hat down at the Union Hall for both of you.
Is Gus alone over there?
He is now, but there's going to be a crowd.
What do you mean?
I told you.
Yeah.
When Eddie Newman gets back, I got to tell him.
Well, I knew it was a silly move. Newman had 100 guns on tour for Gus. Cage and his Prohibition boys were standing by for seconds. Oh, helping Gus Trudeau was out of order. But I couldn't get one thing out of my mind. If Gus did kill Courtney, why didn't he pick up some travel money before he did it? It was backwards. If you're going to hang up your pants, you take them off first. Well, it was about 3 a.m. when I got down to the river and crossed over to the Kansas side. The High Life Club was smoked up and had a little of everything, except Gus Trudeau. I looked in the kitchen and tried a back room, and then I went to the bar to see if I could drum up some talk. I had one taker. He got up from a table and walked over and sat down next to me.
Hi. Nice place. You come in here very often?
First time.
Welcome. Can I buy you a drink?
No, I'm all set. You try one yourself.
I think drinking's all right, but I hate people who drink too much. Don't you?
You work here?
Not regular. Sometimes I fill in at the bar. You waiting for someone?
Yeah, for a guy named Gus Trudeau.
You one of his friends?
I met. Where is he?
He left a while ago. I'm not sure where he went.
Well, get sure. It's important.
He mentioned someone named Maggie.
All right, hold it.
What do you hear, Kelly?
Get away, Newman. Try another stool.
This'll do.
If he asked you to leave, I think you should leave.
Well, a choir boy. That's nice.
Leave him alone.
Who is he?
I never saw him before.
What's he know about Trudeau?
Nothing.
Don't kid me. You're not here to spend the time of day. You're here for Trudeau. You, little friend. Where's Gus Trudeau?
I don't have to talk to you. I'm a guest in this place.
You're not anymore, and I climbed down and hit for that door, both of you.
You can't make us do that. We're not going to leave.
It's a split vote, Buster. I don't like the way he pushes.
That's right. Just walk. I'll bet you look good.
I knew right then. As we walked out, I knew Eddie Newman wasn't going to leave him alone. He was going to pick at him. Whether he knew anything about Gus Trudeau or not, it was going to get messy. And the boy with the nice eyes was going to help. Outside, it wasn't snowing anymore, but the ground was covered right down to the river. There was a moon out, and it looked all right if you like nature. We walked over toward a bunch of trees. Newman's car was parked there, a black